I'm gonna start recording.
Go ahead.
Ooh. And we're on.
Woo!
Do you mind, Stephen, going to your
I don't
left
know if
a little
on.
bit?
I have no idea.
There we go. Perfect. So we can see your face. So the mic's not in your face. Make your phone.
Take pictures of him like that.
Where's your phone at? I got it.
Good. And good afternoon. This is Vincent Villafranca, host of Smart Move with Vincent Villafranca on ESPN AM 1700. I have a great show today. We have Dr. Stephen Kalaluhi from the Stephen Leadership Training Center at the Symphony Towers on B Street in downtown. So how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well, Vincent. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I met Dr. Stephen last week at a chamber meeting for the Phil-Am Chamber. And we hit it off. We went out to lunch a couple times, and we talked about a lot of things, have a lot of things in common. He has a lot of things that he's doing with his business and how he's helping people. Specifically, we want to tie this all into his new company that he's starting, his new business he's starting, as well as the Phil-Am Chamber. And thanks so much for the Phil-Am Chamber for introducing us. And but yeah, so how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me on.
You know, it's like I'm almost talked out because whenever, right?
Yeah, we've had plenty of pre-conversations getting to this point. But
Yes.
I mean, you're absolutely right. We have a lot in common. Our upbringings,
Right.
where we're at with the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce, what we're trying to do within the community as a whole. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have in common, and you're absolutely right. We've had some great conversations that we joke about. If we had Facebook Live those things, we would have had the show already done.
No, I know, totally. I went out to lunch with him last week, and we were talking about his business the whole time and what I do and all that sort of thing, and that could have been the show by itself. Then we met again
Right.
at Cafe Taza just a few days ago, and I just got all talked out for about an hour and a half, and that could have been the show as well also. So I think I've almost ran out of things to say, but first we might as well just talk about what, to introduce you to him. You are a San Diego native, is that right?
I am. Born and raised.
Born and raised in San Diego?
I am, yeah.
So military family or?
Military family. My parents divorced when I was really young.
Okay.
Right? So my father was in the Marine Corps, stationed there in MCRD. My stepdad was in the Navy. He was a corpsman, hospital corpsman. Born here in Balboa Hospital, raised in San Diego. Paradise Hills, to be specific.
Right.
Lee Elementary, Bell Junior High when it was still a junior high, and then graduated from Morris High School.
Wow, and that was in the early 90s, right?
That was in the early 90s, 1993 to be specific.
And I want to say a big congratulations. You said you've been married 24 years?
23 years.
23 years.
23 years in December. Married my high school sweetheart, Gina San Pedro.
That's awesome, and you're also almost 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But I've been married 22
Can't tell it by the way
years.
we look.
So you married your high school sweetheart right out of high school.
Right
Nice.
after basic training. So I left for basic training in the summer of 1993 and made a commitment to myself that if she was still there after basic training was done, then we would get married. She was still there after basic training was done, and we decided to tie the knot, and the rest has been history.
That's awesome. So after basic, you did about 6 years, you said?
6
4
years, yeah, 93 to 99.
And what'd you do after that?
I got out and immediately went into corporate America. I mean, that's
Really?
what you had to do. My time in the military was awesome. It taught me a lot about leadership. It taught me a lot about what I didn't want to see from a leadership perspective.
Right, right.
But had bills to pay, right? Had mouths
Sure.
to feed, rent to pay, and went into corporate America. Got connected with the supply chain organizations within biotech and stayed in biotech for about 14 years.
And then at that time, you were going to college at night? Or?
I was a full-time student through Ashford University. Got my bachelor's degree as well as my MBA through Ashford University, and then just continued on with my PhD in organizational leadership, which I successfully defended my dissertation in last year, November of
awesome.
last year.
So how did that go? Where did you go to do that? Was it
So
to defend that?
yeah, so my PhD in organizational leadership was done through Regent University in
Okay.
Virginia Beach, and they have a
Okay.
phenomenal program for college students who don't necessarily have the time to
Sure.
be on campus. So a lot of it was online, with a small portion of it being on campus.
Wow. So then, what's good about that you were saying is that what we were talking about was the people who go to Regents, they're already professionals in their industries,
Absolutely.
right? So then you get, instead of you debating with a guy that's 24 years old and never had a job, you're debating with somebody who has 15 years business experience,
Absolutely.
and he's already a shark,
Exactly.
right? So
yeah.
they threw
so-
you in there with the sharks, and they
Yeah, the professors that were there are some of the best
Sure.
in the industry. My cohort are some of the best, out there. And it's just one of those things where they force you to be better, right? That's the type of environment that you want
sink
to
or
be in
swim.
as a leader.
You want
right?
to be better.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So when you're in that type of environment and in that type of culture, you don't have a choice but to be better, because everybody is pushing you, positively pushing you to be better than you are today.
You know what's great about that is that, I mean, that isn't for everybody,
Right.
obviously.
Absolutely.
You have to have it in you, and you have to have the confidence to know, hey, if I study this, if I work at this, I have no chance. There's no excuse. I will get better,
Absolutely.
because that's the mindset you have to have.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's kind of where I'm coming at from now with
Right.
Stephen K. Leadership as an organization. I almost feel like it's an obligation now to go out and help leaders in leadership roles become better tomorrow than they are today. Because there are a lot of leaders out there who are in these roles who really don't have any business being in a leadership role.
Right.
Right? So they have all the decision-making power, all the authority, all the responsibility, but because leadership isn't necessarily a hard topic that's taught in schools, they just are put out there in the hopes that they're going to do well. And that's what Stephen K. Leadership is all about. It's about partnering with both corporations and individuals to help them become better leaders through this process of training, through this process of growth, through this process of facilitation and coaching. At the end of the day, Stephen K. Leadership exists specifically to help these organizations create leaders that will help them accomplish the growth that they're looking to accomplish.
We talked about the other day growth mindset. We'll touch upon this maybe. We should have later, but we'll
Right.
talk about it really quick.
We can talk about it now if you want to,
Yeah,
for
we'll
sure.
do a little. We'll flip flop back and forth. But I know that you've dealt with a lot of people who want to increase their leadership skills.
Sure.
My thinking, I've never done a class, but I'm thinking some people want to be a leader just to make more money.
Sure.
That's the thing, I want to be a leader because I want to make more money. I want to drive this, I want to wear a beard, I want to do all that. Some people want to be a leader because they just want to tell people what to do,
Sure.
right?
Absolutely.
And so yours, what we were talking about, was the mindset. You want to be a leader and to give and to offer and to get everybody better around you. That's the focus. The focus is not
Absolutely.
on you and what you're going to buy. It's just what this is being a leader to help other people.
Absolutely.
That's,
And
what you're talking about. I thought that was really cool.
yeah,
saying
the-
that, yeah.
from a growth mindset perspective,
Right.
the reason that this organization is so different is because I want to teach people to be better tomorrow than they are today, not so
Right.
that they can line their own pockets, not so that they can drive a better car, not so that they can sit at a bigger desk and point fingers at people telling them where to go.
Oh yeah, that's
This
not good.
growth mindset is about being better so that they can serve others more, right? And that's what it all comes down to. Yes, as you become a better leader, as you reach these milestones in your career, you're going to have more opportunities to help people do the same exact thing. And if you're pouring into others as you're poured into,
Right.
that's what that growth mindset is all about. It's becoming better so that I can help others become better. It's about earning more so that I can help others earn more. It's about pouring into a community like the Phil-Am Chamber does. All right? That's one of the reasons that I was drawn to the Phil-Am Chamber, was because Will Petum has that growth mindset. Right? He's wanting to gain influence within the community. He's wanting to grow the chamber as a whole, not because he wants the notoriety or the fame, but because he wants to establish the Phil-Am Chamber of Commerce here in San Diego as a driving force within the community and helping the community get better in everything that it does.
Well, pulling back a little bit because we're going to talk about this later.
Sure.
I met Dr. Stephen
A couple weeks ago.
like 10 days ago. Was it
Time flies,
Mon-
Vincent, time flies.
It was Monday.
It was Monday at
Monday,
the installation
and
ceremony.
That was, what's today? That was 9 days ago?
Right.
Yeah, so, and we are both brand new members.
Absolutely.
I'm the newest member. He's 3 days older than he joined, I think, probably Thursday of the week prior to that.
I did.
You put your 100, whatever it is.
Right.
And then I joined the day of the installation of Officers for the Phil-Am Chamber. And congratulations to William Pitome for being the new president of the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce in San
Absolutely.
Diego. He's doing a great job. Like me and you, we're brand new, and he's bringing in a lot of new people who never thought about
Sure.
joining. I was William's Facebook friend for I think at least 2 or 3 years, and he messaged me, it was like a year or two ago. They come to the meeting, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. I don't network. I've been a real estate agent here in San Diego for almost 15 years, and I do open houses. I have my sphere of influence, and I kind of just went nose to the grindstone and just sold real estate, and that's how I pay my bills.
Right.
Focusing on bill paying, that sort of thing. So when I became a member of the chamber, I saw William's Facebook post. I'm the new president. I said, oh, really? So it's funny, William will probably, he'll know, so if I message him, hey, congratulations.
Sure.
You're the president of the Phil-Am Chamber. So now, I didn't know William very well, but I wanted to meet him. I thought he seemed like a cool guy on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And so I went out to lunch with him, I think, or breakfast with him about a month and a half ago, and saw what he was doing, his vision, and the guy he's really hungry.
Absolutely.
He wants to be a leader, but he wants to empower other people to get better, and that's what I'm noticing. He divided the Phil-Am Chamber to districts, I guess you'd call, or areas. He's organizing that to have people specifically working with the Phil-Am Chamber in North County, Middle San Diego, South. So he's done a lot of organizational management with the Phil-Am Chamber, and he's doing a great job. He's bringing new people in, like me or you, and there's a lot of other new ones as well, right?
Right.
So I see his vision. I mean, his vision was to unite the chambers, and I think he's going to accomplish that. And I met a lot of great people that way.
Yes.
Oh, one thing I want to talk about: the people I have met very recently, I've noticed they're big thinkers. They're thinking really big. Like they're thinking globally, planetary. No, I'm just kidding. Not planetary.
Absolutely. We joked about that, right? How do we get our businesses into the International Space Station?
That was Adi. Adi was saying, we're going to do this globally.
Absolutely.
And what's interesting, William talks like that as well. Also,
Yeah.
He's thinking bringing the chambers up together for Dubai, right?
Right.
The Philippines.
The Philippine nation, I think, is what it's referred to as now.
So William, I know you're listening. So you have about 11 and a half more months.
Yeah.
So we got your back.
Take care of what you need to take care of.
We got
Absolutely.
your back on all that stuff, William. I'm pretty sure you'll send me a message, but we support you and all that stuff. But
Well, from a leadership perspective, this is exactly where you want to be, right? Just like Regent University and the doctoral program that I was a part of, the people there challenged you to want to grow. The people there challenged you to want to be better. That's exactly what this Phil-Am Chamber of Commerce is doing in San Diego. You know, you have guys like Will Pitome and Adi leading this charge, and Will has put together a phenomenal board of directors and an executive leadership team who are all thinking along that same global vision.
So everyone is a big thinker? That's what I'm thinking, right?
Everyone is either a big thinker or they're not going to last very long.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it comes down to, is when you have that type of culture and environment, everyone is going to think big picture or they're just not going to fit. And for Will, what he's doing is he's surrounding himself with people who are big thinkers and big visionaries, because that's where he's going. And to have somebody with a small picture or a 4 no more attitude, it's not going to fit and it's not going to work well. So Will has done a great job bringing in people to surround himself with that are on that same level of playing field, on that same thinking that he is.
No, I've friended a few people from the Phil-Am Chamber, and then I found that, and I look, the other Stephen
Dela Cruz. Yes.
There's a shout out to
Stigala.
Stigala.
Success Mastery.
Stigala.
Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong.
Sorry. Stigala Success Mastery.
Right.
You can friend Stephen on Facebook. He'll gladly invite you in. He's a young guy. I think he's in his 20s. He's doing a lot of great things. So we'll be right back. We're gonna just jump into this stuff with growth management mindset. We'll jump into that when we come back. Now, if you need to reach Dr. Stephen Kalalui regarding leadership training or growth management, that sort of thing, they can reach you at what phone number, and how can they get into contact with you?
My direct line is 619-207-2309, or you can reach me at Stephen@StephenKLeadership.com. That's STEPHEN at StephenKLeadership.com.
Okay, when we come back, we'll talk about a lot of great things: growth mindset, management, how to improve yourself, as well as the Filipino American Chamber of Commerce. We'll be right back.
You want to stay alive?
Huh?
You want to stay alive?
Yeah, might as well. Are they listening right now? Hey.
I was gonna
Not done.
selfie it.
Not done. Are you gonna go sit
No,
down?
no, no, no. No.
Yeah, there's a couple. Want me to keep it on or?
Keep it on. Oh,
Okay.
keep it on for a little while longer,
Okay.
and then we'll see. Then we come back, take pictures of Steven and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've tried to get some.
Yeah. So let's talk about. Oh, I know. I'm like just winging it.
I know, this is fun.
Just winging it. What? I'm gonna surprise you with this one thing.
All right.
You're like, oh, really? But it'll be a topic that you can own. You just
Oh,
own
for
that
sure.
topic. Oh shoot.
I wanted to do
I think I own that
a
stuff.
good one of you.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
with the mic.
Perfect. Smile, not smile, all that stuff.
Serious?
Yeah, that'd be
Not
a good,
smile.
it's a good Facebook picture or whatever type thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so
I'm gonna
much.
do a selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna eat this up, Steven. This is all you.
Come on. This is where the softballs come in.
What?
Pitch me a meatball.
Hey, you should start a Phil Chamber softball club. I'm all in. No, we could play people in softball.
Oh yeah.
No, I can still do that stuff.
You guys need any girls?
You got another minute or so? Yeah, it's supposed to get the clue thing. It's supposed to get the clue, like. That's recording, right? You're good there?
Yes. You're yelling at me.
Alright. This is a long break, isn't it? You forget about me? I don't think I've had this one this long. It's usually like 2 minutes and done, you know?
It's because it's a Wednesday. You're usually not here on Wednesdays. Trying to reconnect. It's saying poor connection. the whole
T-Mobile.
time. Yeah.
T-Mobile issues. It's okay.
You can't hear me when I'm talking, but it's because it's Wednesday.
What?
The commercials are like 5 minutes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I do Thursday.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Why so long?
I don't know. Because it's the highest paid.
Oh, everybody listens to the radio. They look at who's listening at what time. So
Yeah.
Wednesdays are popular. Oh, because it's like mid work week and people are driving. I didn't know that because usually with Thursday it's like 2 minutes and come on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it keeps doing that.
T-Mobile.
If you want, you can sit over here. I'm gonna
I'll
go
just
next.
finish it, I guess. Due to poor wireless connection, your video has been paused. Consider moving to a better signal.
Does it have ours?
1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'm ending this video, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna post it.
It's posted, I think. But you had some people listening.
Yeah.
Do you like your pictures? Do you like your pictures?
I did. Thank you so much. Did a good job.
Thanks.
Can you do a live video on yours and tag me, Steven?
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
And then tag us.
I don't usually.
Do you know do it?
No. I know.
You're only 23. You're supposed to know all that stuff.
Well, do any of that kind of stuff. I'll do it on yours again. Mine's the same thing, that T-Mobile.
Here, go live. Here, okay?
Let me see.
I click go live. There. It's on. It's already live.
Okay. Oh, it's me.
See it? It's on, right?
It's connecting.
Okay.
Go live. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Oh, don't make me start moving. And good afternoon, this is Vincent Villafranca, host of Smart Move on ESPN AM 1700, your San Diego realtor for almost 15 years. If you ever need a great realtor, an award-winning realtor, you can always reach me direct at 619-972-8798. I can give you 100, 200 referrals at any time you want. We're right back here. It's Dr. Stephen Kalaluhi. He's a leadership management trainer, as well as published author, and his office is at the Symphony Towers on B Street in San Diego. I want to talk to you really quick, since you're a leadership management training
Guy.
guru, expert guy. that's what you do, and
Yes.
you have a real zest for it. I mean, his face lights up when he talks about it because he's such an expert at it. He loves talking about it. But I want to talk to you really quickly about what makes a natural leader, or what makes a trained leader, or what makes is it genetic, or is it like? Let me ask you this question. We were talking about it before. Someone like, say you see kids on the playground.
Sure.
5 boys. They're all playing, and one kid's all of a sudden saying, "Okay, we're gonna play baseball. You play second base.
Right.
I'll play center field. You be the bench warmer. You just practice."
Right.
Now, is that because is that more of a genetic thing? He just did it for himself, or his dad told him you need to be a leader? Like,
Sure.
what caused that 6-year-old to do that?
That's a great question. The physiological side of it, I can't speak to.
Sure, nobody
right.
can tell
But
that.
there's this age-old debate about whether leaders are born or
Sure.
whether leaders are made. And my mentor John Maxwell always talks about he's never seen a leader that wasn't born, and it speaks to the fact that
Wow.
everybody
Wasn't
has
born.
an opportunity to be a leader, right? So
Sure.
from the sports metaphor, you have baseball players, you have football players that have great amount of potential. You see them all the time. They're out there driving 500 feet baseballs. They're
Sure.
out there running the 40 in lightning speed.
Yeah.
They have all the potential to be great, but unless you develop that potential, that will never go anywhere. And it's the same thing with leadership. Everybody has the potential to be a great leader, right? Doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter your education, your background, your experience. Everybody out there has the potential to be a great leader. But whether you develop that leadership skill, whether you develop that behavior, that mindset for leadership, is what will make you a good leader versus make you a great leader. And that's what you're seeing a lot in playgrounds. You have a lot of
Right.
kids who have the potential to be great leaders. When you're 8, 9 years old, it's called bossy, right? But when you get into the corporate world, it's leadership. And you have to develop that, and you have to hone those skills, and you have to understand what makes a good leader versus what makes a great leader, from the skill sets, the mindsets, and the behaviors associated with that. And that's what it all comes down to. Leaders are both born and made. It's all about the potential that's developed along the way.
I would think, like, growing up, there are natural leaders out there.
Sure, absolutely.
And then they go to college, they start working, they're natural leaders. But I would think that if that natural leader wants to become a great leader,
hmm
that's for him to do that. It's going to cause him some pain.
Sure,
Because he has to grow. Right?
absolutely.
So he has to realize that, yeah, I've had success over the last 5-10 years of my life, and I'm very successful doing this. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing this.
Sure,
And then I'm not going to put my ego aside to hone my skills even better.
right.
So, with the training that you do, does it now automatically you'd probably tell them, hey, you need to check any success you've had, you need to check that at the door,
Right.
Because we're here to make you the best leader you can possibly be,
Absolutely.
instead of the leader that just speaks his friends,
right.
right?
Yeah, and
So
that's how it starts off,
Right.
right? That competition is there.
Exactly.
And that's
yeah.
one of the, that's a great point that you bring up, Vincent, because great leaders are egoless.
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's not
huge.
about them. It's not about puffing themselves up. It's not about positioning themselves
leaders,
so
you
they
say.
have
Great leaders.
Great leaders.
Right.
Absolutely. Great leaders aren't about themselves. There's no puffery, there's no positioning, there's no I'm better than you. Being a great leader means checking your ego at the door. It means coming in with the mindset that I can learn more today than I knew yesterday. I can learn from anyone, anywhere, at any time. And as long as I'm open to that, I will continue to be a great leader. The moment you stop being a great leader is the moment you say, I've reached the pinnacle of my success. There's nothing that you can teach me. There's nothing else I can learn. There's nothing else I can do to become better than I am right now. And that's what that growth mindset is all about. In leadership specifically, there's never going to be a top of a mountain that you can reach to say,
No, you
I've
just-
read
no.
it all, I know it all, there's nothing else I can fit into my brain. There's never ever going to be a time where you, as a leader, can reach that pinnacle.
I did a social media post, I think it was about a month ago, right? It was one of those motivational ones, right? You know, I do that every once in a
Sure.
while. And you know, they're all basically for me. you know.
Absolutely.
And then you know, I'm learning to, you know, check my ego and all this, you know, to get better as a person.
Right.
And one of them was, I don't know if he's listening, but he's a friend. Of mine. I said, never be the smartest person in the room.
Absolutely. Love that one.
Never do that. And then a friend of mine posted, I won't say his name. He said, he's a good friend of mine. He said, it's okay to be the smartest person in the room, as long as you're not the one telling everybody.
Right.
And I was like, oh, dude. He said that, but but you know, that's okay.
Right.
But what if now, if you walk into a room thinking, I'm the leader, like I know everything already, that's where your growth stops.
Absolutely.
Right.
It does.
Mental growth, all that stuff. It stops.
Absolutely. There's a thing called the burden of leadership.
Right.
And people are growing more and more familiar with this term, the burden of leadership. I was on a panel a few years back, and somebody asked that question, what's the burden of leadership? And the burden of leadership, for those who aren't familiar with the term, is the fact that if you are a true leader, you don't get to turn it off, right? You're a leader whether you're in your office, you're a leader
Right.
at church, you're a leader at the grocery store, you're a leader at home. You don't ever get to come in and not be a leader. And when you get to that point where people are recognizing you as a leader and they don't allow you to not be a leader, that's when you know that you've reached that great leadership level where people just automatically give you things because they recognize the leadership skill set, mindsets, and behaviors that you possess.
I guess you'd call the alpha male. Is that how that works?
And not even an alpha male. It's one of those
Yeah.
things where it has, again, it's egoless, right?
Right.
It has nothing to do with me walking into a room and saying, I'm the best, I'm the leader, I've got my PhD,
Sure.
everybody else needs to do what I say.
You all need a PhD
Yeah,
like me.
exactly. It has more to do with walking into a room, being confident in your skill sets, mindsets, and behaviors
Sure.
as a leader, and letting other people recognize that in you. Because once they can see that in you, you don't have to throw around, the title of leader
Sure,
because they give it to you. They recognize that in you, and they play to your strengths and your abilities. I always say, if you have to walk in a room and tell people that you're the leader, you're probably
Not
not.
the leader.
Right? You're
Yeah.
probably not.
What's great about Stephen is when I see him, I see he's a person who really wants to, he cares about people. But I think also is that if you're going to speak to him, he will listen to you.
Absolutely.
Because he understands that we all don't know everything, and he's trying to get better. We're all trying to get better than whatever level we're at.
Sure.
And that's I think what makes him a great leader.
Absolutely.
You're always looking to learn and get better because there's no pinnacle like you were saying.
Absolutely. One of the certifications that I hold is a John Maxwell leadership speaker, trainer, and coach.
Mhm.
Right. I'm a certified John Maxwell team member.
Who exactly is John Max? Some people might not know who John Maxwell
Oh wow. We don't have
In
enough
2
time
in
on
2
the
minutes,
show,
in 2
right?
minutes.
In 2 minutes. John Maxwell is the world's preeminent leadership trainer out there. I mean, he's written almost 80 books. The guy is a rock star in the leadership world, and one of the programs that he's developed is a certification program for coaches, trainers, and speakers to get out there to learn how to facilitate the growth of others. And again, that's what John Maxwell is all about. There are, I don't know, 33,000 leadership speaker trainers and coaches out there today. I just happen to be one of them.
Right.
And I utilize that training and that mindset to help others be great. And one of the things about where I'm coming from is I understand that business mindset because I'm an entrepreneur myself.
Yes.
Right? I own my own business. I've been in business for myself for the last 2 years, so I know what it takes to get past that first critical year. My dad and my stepmom are entrepreneurs. My mom and my stepdad are entrepreneurs. 4 out of my 6 siblings are entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
So we understand what it takes to be great from a leadership perspective and
Right.
what that means to businesses. And I think that's where a lot of people are missing that connection, is they think that they can be great in their business but miss out on that leadership side.
So we're sitting here with Dr. Stephen Kalaluhi of Stephen Leadership in downtown, his office at the Symphony Towers. And if somebody wants to reach you for your training or your education, how would they reach you?
So my direct number is 619-207-2309. And my email address is steven@stevenkleadership.com. That's STEPHEN at Steven, the letter K, leadership.com.
And again, this is Vincent Villafranca, host of Smart Move. You can reach me directly as your realtor at area code 619-972-8798. When we come back, Dr. Steven is launching a new branch or a part of his company called Growth Alliance.
Yes.
And it's going to be launching in October. We'll talk all about that. So we'll be right back.
Good job, guys.
Was that good?
That was great.
Am I live? Are we
Yeah.
live?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. We're live. See, he's got the Vincero watch on. He's going to set me up with the
Nice.
Vincero.
All
I'm
about the
Vincero.
watch.
I'm working on getting those guys to you. I'm gonna get those guys here.
All right.
William, are you watching? William, Adi, are they watching? Are they watching?
There's a Willie.
Willie,
Willie Lowe.
Willie, I
It
sent me a
would be
text.
WM. Pitum. WM would be his
Pitum.
Facebook handle.
New president of the Philam Chamber of Commerce and bringer of people. He's the bringer of people.
He is a connector.
The connector.
He is the definition of what a connector looks like.
And Stephen Delacruz, young guy. He's like
28, something like that. 28, 29.
He's doing like when I was 20. I was
Has
just
like
playing basketball.
10 different corporations.
Yeah.
That guy's on fire.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All I did was play basketball.
I know.
I don't know what I was doing.
Here you go.
Oh, good. That was
The
fun.
whole time it said weak connection, but I think there was people on there.
Oh,
You
cool.
had probably like 5 altogether.
You're not leaving.
I have to. I'm
I know,
sorry.
that's the second-
Did you take enough selfies of us?
I took a lot
Can
of
you take a
pictures
new
of you.
Megan, it was a pleasure meeting
profile
you.
pic?
Yes, very
New
nice.
profile pic for me.
Bye.
Or should he do it? No, forget it.
What do you want? I'll take some of you guys right now.
Okay.
I took some good ones of you.
Yeah.
Definitely take a selfie with that and your headphones
Awesome.
and everything. Want some
Sure.
individual pictures?
Yeah, sure. Take one with me and him like this with the mic like this. So we can do for Facebook or whatever you do.
I had a good, yeah,
This
this
is
is a good
blocking
spot
us?
to be.
This is
No,
blocking.
it's good.
Okay.
Ready? Oh yeah, that's nice.
Good.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's good.
That's new pictures.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan.
And message those to us, okay?
These are yours.
Oh no, I meant message the ones you took with
The
your
ones I
phone.
took on mine. Did
Yeah,
you take
yeah.
some on mine? Yeah,
It's
if I do have any
blurry.
on there, I will.
Oh, that's not right. Where's my eyes?
I took a few.
Oh,
Yeah,
there,
you
that's a good one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Okay,
I like
that's-
it.
You're good with the camera?
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. No, you can go. You go do your title.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
It was good to see you.
She's invited us to her wedding. She's getting married soon.
Very soon.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yes, it was very nice meeting
Oops,
you.
sorry.
Have fun.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All
Okay,
right,
that's
bye.
awesome.
I'll see you next time.
Oh shoot. Okay. Growth Alliance. Let's. Okay. If I ask you, I'm sure this is your baby, so if I ask you open-ended questions, you'll be able to just eke
Yeah.
it up. So yeah, I know. I was thinking, yeah, he could do that.
We'll jump right into it.
Yeah. And then when it starts, fees, how they can reach you, how they can join.
Yep.
Okay, this will be fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
And this will be, oh, that's been on the whole time.
Has it?
Did I curse or anything? No, I don't think so. All right. Growth Alliance. The commercials are long. They take like 5 minutes on Wednesday, so I'm
Right.
not used to that. So I'm used to them saying go, but we have like 3 other commercials or whatever it is for have to go through. So we took a picture with Billy Ray Smith, linebacker. I just read that on his Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Billy Ray
it's
Smith.
one of those things where I recognize his face.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
he's on radio.
Yeah. And he's a ex. I think he was like in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like with Dan.
Early.
The 70s. Or,
Yeah. Dan Fouts era.
Yeah. So say he how old did he look? He looked maybe like mid 50s maybe
Think so.
somewhere around there. So maybe he was like the Dan Fouts era.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I'm showing all my football knowledge right now. So, Growth Alliance. Members are from Europe. Next time. No, I don't need this. not necessarily for corporate America. It's more just for entrepreneurs, right? Right. So the alliance, the Growth Alliance, that's more that's for entrepreneurs, not necessarily corporate America entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect. I said 1 minute or so. Telling your story, branding. So this Growth Alliance is part of Stephen K. Leadership, which
Yes.
is another branch, not
Yeah.
a new
It's
company.
another product.
Another
another
product of
service.
Stephen K. Leadership.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I wonder what music is going to come on. Sharpening mindsets, overcoming challenges. More disco music. We'll be back in 1 second. Thanks. And we're back. This is Vincent Villafranca, host of Smart Move on ESPN AM 1700. I'm the San Diego Realtor for almost 15 years. You can always reach me direct at area code 619-972-8798. I'm sitting here with Stephen Kalaluhi of Stephen K. Leadership, located in downtown. And so, you having fun so far?
I'm having a blast. This
I-
is going by way
fun.
too fast.
Yeah, it's already 12:35. We have another, 25 minutes. Dr. Stephen is starting a new branch or wing to his company, Stephen K. Leadership, called Growth Alliance. Now, your original product, that was more for corporate
America.
That's corporate.
Right, corporate leaders. It's a certification program that focuses on professional leaders, right? Those
Yes.
skill sets, mindsets, and behaviors that professional leaders need
Right.
to be successful in corporate America.
Now, there's another branch of people who are entrepreneurs who aren't in corporate America.
Exactly.
They start their own companies. They sell real estate. They start companies by themselves, and they're not necessarily from that environment.
Right.
This is for them.
Yes.
Now
This is actually a relaunch of a program that I originally started off with in 2014 when I initially launched out.
right.
And it was
Bad
specifically...
timing wasn't right.
No, it was very successful. But I wasn't at the time able to tie in the leadership development with the business growth. So
Right.
my heart has always been leadership. What's awesome about this relaunch is that it's a leadership development mastermind group that has a business growth format. So you
That's
bring in
perfect.
entrepreneurs, you bring in small business owners who need the